My beloved, can you feel that sudden surge in your chest? That isn't coincidence. That is heaven's clock striking at this exact moment, and your soul already knows, something impossible, something divine is about to break into your life. Archangel Michael and Jesus are standing shoulder to shoulder in the unseen, and their voices thunder. Your time is over, I will visit you at night, open this before October 27th. My child, can you even imagine the weight of that? Heaven itself has been waiting for this second, this breath, this click of destiny to reach you before it slips away. Pause for a moment. Feel the air, that tug in your spirit. That is Michael, wings of fire spread wide, ready to burn the chains that have held you silent, that have bound your voice, that have kept your miracles hidden. But he waits. He waits for your readiness. Your season of waiting is ending, but only if you open your heart fully. Only if you let this moment touch your spirit completely. Heaven will not force it. It is here right now, and it is yours, but you must respond. Do you remember all those nights you whispered to God? Am I seen, am I heard? Those prayers were never ignored. Every tear, every sigh, every secret plea has been stored in the vaults of heaven. Archangel Michael says, Beloved, you have carried burdens that no one else could witness. Yet every step, every struggle has been counted. Every moment of patience has been noted. And now the harvest of your faith is coming. I see it clearly. October 27th is no random date. It is carved in eternal light, etched in the scrolls of heaven. On that night, the invisible will touch the visible. The chains that seemed permanent will shatter. The doors that were locked tight will swing open with force, revealing the fullness of life that has been waiting for you. This is not a metaphor. This is reality prepared in the unseen, moving toward your very doorstep. The heaviness in your chest, the restless thoughts, the sudden shivers, they are all signals. The visitation is real. It is coming before October 27th. And when it arrives, nothing will remain the same. Michael stands behind you, sword aflame, guarding your destiny, burning away everything that tried to hold you down. He is not here to observe. He is here to act. And he is pleading. Wake, arise, open the door fully. This is not a moment to delay. Think of it like this, your ordinary life is a shadow of what is about to explode into light. One moment you are weighed down. The next you are lifted in ways that defy logic, yet feel like home. God says, your time of suffering is finished, your waiting is over, your visitation has begun. Every hidden blessing, every seed of favor planted in your life is now ready to bloom. Even the things that seemed lost, even the doors you thought were closed forever are being reopened with force. Can you feel the shift, the tremor in the spiritual realm? It is the invisible armies aligning for you. Michael's wings cut through the darkness, arching over your path like fire shields. And the enemy. They will be scattered before you can comprehend what has changed. Every scheme they plotted, every silent whisper against you will collapse. Their unity will fracture. Their darkness will stumble. And you, my beloved, will walk through it untouched, carrying the glow of divine protection like a crown. This is why heaven is urgent. Every word you read here is a key. Every sentence is a seed. Do not skip. Do not scroll quickly. Let the words settle like rain on dry earth. They are not mine, they are heaven's whispered for you, reaching for your heart, because the hour is short, and the visitation cannot wait. The angels have stood by silently watching, holding the weight of trials that tried to crush you. And now they are commanded to reveal themselves through this message. My child, do not miss this. The old walls of fear are trembling. The invisible chains are breaking. The night of October 27th will not be ordinary, it will be extraordinary. Everything you thought lost, everything you thought broken will be returned and multiplied. Light will expose what darkness tried to hide. Every hidden blessing, every secret favor, every quiet miracle is being unveiled for your life. God says, this is the final call before the floodgates open. You may have doubted. You may have brushed away signs. But tonight the divine pulls closer. Your heart racing is not anxiety, it is anticipation. It is the Spirit recognizing that something bigger than time itself is moving for you. Archangel Michael and Jesus are standing there now, ready to descend. The night will arrive. The visitation will occur. And you, beloved child, will see the impossible become visible. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. If you feel inspired to support this mission of spreading love and light, you can contributing $50 to $100 through Super Thanks to help spread this message to even more people. Remember, every act of generosity, no matter the amount, is deeply valued and appreciated. Heaven's clock is ticking. October 27th is not just a date. It is a turning point. It is the line between ordinary and extraordinary, between waiting and visitation, between silence and a roaring flood of favor. Open your heart. Open your life. The visitation is coming, and your time of struggle is finished. My beloved, when that night arrives, you will not simply feel a shift, you will see it. The air itself will carry the fragrance of miracles. Every sound will vibrate with unseen angels, preparing the ground for your breakthrough. Even the walls of your home, the spaces you walk daily, will tremble with holy expectation. The darkness thought it could linger, but it will find no foothold. The light of heaven is rushing in faster than your eyes can follow. Can you sense that subtle pull in your chest, that flutter in your soul? That is the invitation. That is Archangel Michael stirring the air, arranging the winds so your steps will align perfectly with what heaven has prepared. Think for a moment, my child, of all the nights you wept quietly. The times when betrayal cut deeper than words, and silence seemed louder than screams. Every tear you shed, every sigh you released into the night was not unnoticed. God says, I have written every one of them into my book of remembrance. And now those very waters of grief will carry you into a river of favor. You are standing on the precipice of a revelation that will sweep away the old fears. What seemed like walls are dissolving, what seemed like delays are accelerating your destiny. The invisible hand of heaven has already touched the timeline of your life, moving events into alignment with divine precision. Do you feel the trembling in your spirit even now? That is not panic. That is the pulse of destiny arriving. Jesus says, "Your time is over, I will visit you at night." Do you understand what that means? The shadows that haunted your thoughts, the questions that kept your mind restless, the heaviness in your chest, they are all about to break apart in the presence of holy visitation. This is not ordinary. This is not metaphorical. Heaven itself is leaning in, breaking into your night with power, light and restoration. What was hidden will now be revealed, what was stolen will be returned, and what was delayed will now accelerate with supernatural speed. My beloved, pause and picture this, a mighty wind sweeping through your life. It rustles the old leaves of despair, it shakes the chains that bound you, it scatters the debris of years you thought lost. That wind carries more than air, it carries the presence of angels, the voice of God, and the fire of Michael. This is the breath of breakthrough. This is the hour when debts of the Spirit are repaid with abundance. This is the minute when your destiny long whispered in the heavens finally lands before your eyes. And listen carefully. This is why urgency trembles in every word. If you close your eyes to this message, if you scroll past, if you delay even for a heartbeat, you risk missing the exact alignment written for you before October 27th. Heaven does not play with timing. Every second is carved with precision, and every heartbeat carries a message from eternity. That is why this call is insistent, repeating, pressing upon your soul. You were born for this moment. Every trial, every loneliness, every heartbreak was a rehearsal. And tonight the rehearsal ends, and your stage is set. The visions I see now are vivid, you stepping into a room of light, no longer constrained by fear, surrounded by the tangible yet unseen presence of the divine. Doors that were locked will swing wide open. Faces that once doubted you will fall silent, witnessing the impossible unfold. Chains that whispered, "You cannot," will shatter like glass under the weight of God's glory. Archangel Michael stands close, his sword flaming, not to strike but to cut away every barrier that stood in your path. And Jesus in the stillness of night speaks peace that roars louder than any earthly chaos. Remember, beloved child, what you see in the natural is only the surface. Every delay, every obstruction, every moment of sorrow has been a cover for divine orchestration. The prayers you whispered alone, the words that never left your lips but were spoken from your heart, those are the keys now unlocking your destiny. Heaven has been silent, yes, but never absent. And in this hour, the silence is about to break into action so profound that your very being will tremble with awe. Do you feel it? That is the electric edge of breakthrough. That is the wind carrying the unspoken promises of God directly to you. The enemy may have gathered, the conspiracies may have formed, but their time is up. Their whispers will fall into voids they cannot comprehend. Their shadows will flee before the flame of heavenly visitation. And you, my beloved, will walk untouched, carrying the glow of divine protection like a crown. This is why heaven is urgent. Every word you read here is a key. Every sentence is a seed. Do not skip. Do not scroll quickly. Let the words settle like rain on dry earth. They are not mine, they are heaven's whispered for you, reaching for your heart because the hour is short, and the visitation cannot wait. The angels have stood by silently watching, holding the weight of trials that try to crush you. And now they are commanded to reveal themselves through this message. My child, do not miss this. The old walls of fear are trembling. The invisible chains are breaking. The night of October 27th will not be ordinary, it will be extraordinary. Everything you thought lost, everything you thought broken will be returned and multiplied. Light will expose what darkness tried to hide. Every hidden blessing, every secret favor, every quiet miracle is being unveiled for your life. God says, this is the final call before the floodgates open. You may have doubted. You may have brushed away signs. But tonight the divine pulls closer. Your heart racing is not anxiety, it is anticipation. It is the Spirit recognizing that something bigger than time itself is moving for you. Archangel Michael and Jesus are standing there now, ready to descend. The night will arrive. The visitation will occur. And you, beloved child, will see the impossible become visible. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. This is not just encouragement, it is your invitation to step fully into what heaven is releasing for you. And when you do, the alignment will flow, the doors will open, and your life will bear witness to what no one could have orchestrated but God Himself. Now lean into this moment. Do not miss it. The wind is rising. The chains are breaking. The visitation is near. October 27th is not just a day, it is your crossing into a new chapter, one written in divine fire and eternal light. Open your heart. Receive it. Believe it. And watch how the heavens themselves will bow to the faith of their chosen child. Beloved, do you feel that tremor inside your chest right now? That subtle vibration is not anxiety. That is heaven knocking at the walls of your spirit, preparing to sweep through and carry you into the season you've been waiting for. October 27th is not a random mark on a calendar, it is a divine alarm clock ringing with urgency for your soul to wake. The hour has arrived where time bends for your miracle. What seemed impossible, what seemed long delayed is now racing toward you at a speed the natural eye cannot perceive. Picture this, every closed door you faced, every opportunity that slipped through your fingers, every voice that doubted your future. Watch as the heavens overturn it all. Doors will open without warning, people who ignored you will suddenly remember your name, and opportunities that were locked away will find their way straight into your hands. The decree has gone forth, and nothing in heaven or earth can alter it. Archangel Michael's sword does not merely defend, it cuts through every chain, every lie, every plan of delay. He stands at your side, burning away every invisible bond that tried to hold you back. And Jesus, He does not come in silence, He comes with the fire of glory, the authority of eternity, and the weight of divine favor. This is the night when your prayers whispered in lonely corners, will rise into a shout of victory. The blessings you thought were late, are already racing toward you. The moments you spent wondering if anyone saw your struggle, they were recorded in the heavens. Every tear, every sigh, every whispered plea has been collected, and tonight they are tipping over like overflowing cups of mercy. You will hold the evidence of your faith, and it will astound even you. Can you sense it, that shift in the air around you, that stirring deep inside your spirit? That is heaven moving, not slowly, not cautiously, but with a precision so exact it defies human understanding. The chains of delay are breaking, the doors of destiny are swinging open, and the flood of restoration is rushing in. The enemy may have plotted, they may have whispered, they may have schemed, but their time has expired. The spiritual decree is irreversible. Your season of struggle is over, your time of visitation has arrived. Imagine the night itself bending with divine light. Shadows will flee. Hidden places in your life will be exposed to glory. That which you thought lost is returning, and it comes multiplied far beyond what your mind can imagine. Do not dismiss this message, do not tell yourself maybe later. There is no later, there is only now. Every second you hesitate risks missing the precise alignment heaven has prepared. When Jesus says he will visit, the moment is already orchestrated with angels moving in ways invisible but powerful. Beloved child, let me remind you, you are not seeing this by chance. Every whisper of encouragement you ignored, every miracle you doubted, every prayer that seemed unanswered, they were all preparation for this night. Heaven was setting the stage while you walked through the mundane, and now the spotlight is yours. The long nights of silence, the days of waiting, the moments you felt invisible, they all converge tonight into one unstoppable movement of God. Hear me clearly. Your spirit has been crying for affirmation, and the heavens respond with authority. Archangel Michael stands with sword ablaze, and Jesus steps into the night carrying treasures, answers, healing, and restoration. This is not symbolic, it is real. The spiritual realm is bending, aligning, and accelerating toward you. What you touch after this visitation will carry the weight of heaven. The hands that once missed you will now be drawn to you. Opportunities that felt impossible will flow freely. The chains of yesterday, the burdens of years will dissolve. Child, feel the weight of this truth. Every moment you've spent doubting, every fear you've carried is ending tonight. Your spirit has been prepared for the collision of destiny and divine timing. October 27th is your holy threshold. Step forward with courage, do not hesitate. Open fully and you will see miracles that were once only whispered about in heaven come to life before your eyes. The enemy trembles, because they know they cannot touch what has been sealed by God Himself. Your time of delay, your season of waiting, your moments of despair, they all expire tonight. Everything that has been withheld is rushing in. Opportunities, breakthroughs, revelations, healing, abundance, and restoration, all arrive as if the universe itself bends to deliver what heaven has decreed. The script of your life is flipping, and the page turning is unstoppable. Pause and let this sink deep into your bones. Your heart racing, your spirit restless, your palms tingling, these are not signs of fear, but signs of an awakening. You are being pulled into your destiny, lifted into the reality that was always written for you. Chains are breaking, doors are opening, and blessings are landing even before your conscious mind can catch up. The angels have been with you unseen, walking each step in the shadows, carrying every burden that should have crushed you. And now in this hour, the light pierces through. Heaven declares loudly, your time is finished, not your life, not your journey, but your suffering. The old season is gone. A new era prepared in eternity is rushing in. You will walk into it with power, favor, and authority. You will not stumble, because heaven itself will carry you. You were never alone, and now the promise is undeniable. You are chosen, you are sealed, you are ready. And the visitation is unstoppable. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Your engagement is a way of opening your spirit further, letting heaven know, I am ready, I will not delay, I am awake for this visitation. Every word you embrace strengthens your connection to the miracle racing toward you. Beloved, hear the urgency one final time. Open before October 27th, step fully into the alignment of heaven, and witness the unstoppable movement of God in your life. The angels are at your sides. Archangel Michael is leading the charge. Jesus himself is descending with blessings, answers, and restoration that will shake the foundations of your world. Tonight is your night, do not hesitate. Your visitation is here, and your miracle is unstoppable. Beloved, feel the weight of what I am about to declare. This visitation is not just a fleeting moment, it is the pivot point of your story. When the night arrives, the stillness will shatter, the heavens will breach your space, and every corner of your life that has felt empty will begin to hum with the vibration of divine fulfillment. You will sense it even before words form, a warmth in your chest, a pull in your spirit, a whisper in your mind saying, it's your time. That, my child, is the unmistakable signature of heaven. Can you hear it? The sound of your chains breaking in silence, the tremor of destiny shifting beneath your feet. Even as you breathe, unseen hands are rearranging circumstances, aligning people, and opening doors you thought were permanently closed. The enemy tried to bury you, to delay you, to convince you that your story was over, but tonight everything changes. Your tears, every quiet prayer, every time you whispered, God, do you see me? They have not been ignored. They have been gathered, weighed, and stored as fuel for this very hour. And now the fire is ready to ignite. This is why the urgency cannot be overstated. October 27th is not a day you stumble upon casually, it is a divine appointment etched in eternity, timed perfectly for your breakthrough. Heaven is orchestrating every detail, so that your response in the natural aligns with the movement in the supernatural. If you open your heart fully before that hour, the moment will strike like lightning, instantaneously. Doors will swing open. Opportunities will rush toward you like rivers unchained. People who ignored you will be drawn to your presence, not by manipulation, but by the magnetism of God's favor resting on your life. Imagine it, the night is dark, the enemy is scheming, doubt is pressing, but then a light cuts through. Not ordinary light, but the radiance of Jesus entering your night. He comes with authority and love intertwined, touching the forgotten places of your soul. The places no one else saw, the fears you whispered only to yourself, the wounds you thought were too deep to heal, all of them are about to experience resurrection. You may feel shivers down your spine, warmth in your hands, or a voice in your spirit commanding peace. This is not imagination, this is visitation, this is your moment of divine intervention. Beloved, understand this, when heaven intervenes, it does not negotiate with your past, it transforms it. Every injustice, every betrayal, every season of being overlooked is being rewritten. What was meant for harm becomes your testimony. What seemed delayed is now accelerated. The night will not only heal you, it will equip you, restore your identity, and reveal your destiny in a way that cannot be denied. You will walk forward in confidence, not because of what you see, but because of the authority God has placed within you. This is why Archangel Michael is standing so close. Feel the pressure in your spirit. That is not fear, it is holy weight, the power of glory preparing you for impact. His sword is drawn, not in violence, but in protection, clearing paths, dissolving obstacles, silencing the lies of the enemy. He stands as guardian over your purpose, ready to strike down anything that would attempt to hinder this visitation. When the night comes, the enemy will see the fire of heaven and tremble, while you walk fully shielded in the power of divine decree. Do you understand the depth of this moment? Every small hesitation, every maybe later, every doubt that crept into your mind, it must be set aside. Heaven does not bargain with timing. Your readiness now is the key that unlocks this visitation. The very air you breathe, the rapid beat of your heart, the quiet stirrings in your soul, they are all signals that your time is here. October 27th is your launchpad, your threshold, your pivot from waiting to walking in full revelation. Beloved child, consider what happens when Jesus steps into the night. It is not merely a visit, it is a transformation. The room you lie in will become a sanctuary. The shadows that whispered lies will be chased away by light that refuses to be ignored. You may feel answers rushing in before you even ask the questions. Peace will flood where anxiety once ruled. Favor will arrive where rejection stood. And the gift that was withheld will now come with abundance. This is the kind of visitation that leaves nothing untouched. Every part of your life will bear the signature of God's glory. Do not miss the significance of what is happening. Heaven has pressed this message into your hands for a reason. Every line you read, every word that sinks into your spirit, is an invisible hand preparing your heart for reception. You were chosen for this, not by merit, but by design. The battles you endured, the seasons of silence, the moments of despair, they were the refining fire shaping you for this divine encounter. And when it arrives, you will rise with authority, with clarity, with a recognition of your true identity that no human voice can challenge. Beloved, the urgency is real because heaven's time is precise. The window is narrow, the moment is sacred, and the visitation cannot wait. This is why the angels have aligned, why the heavens have shifted, why Michael stands ready. You are the focus of a spiritual convergence, a holy collision of power, love, and authority. And when the night arrives, you will witness what heaven has been preparing in silence for decades. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Every heartbeat of your spirit matters, every action amplifies the call of heaven in the earth. And now, beloved, breathe deeply, open fully, and prepare. For October 27th the visitation comes, and your life will never be the same again. Beloved, feel this now, the shift is not coming in whispers, it is a storm of glory rushing to meet you. Every step you thought was alone has been guided. Every door that slammed shut was recalibrating the path to your divine unfolding. The air around you vibrates because heaven is moving visibly and invisibly. You may notice people looking at you differently or situations suddenly bending in your favor. That is not coincidence. That is the visitation beginning. The unseen hand is turning what was impossible into inevitability. And child, it will feel so sudden, so overwhelming that your first instinct may be disbelief. But do not doubt, do not question. Faith does not negotiate with logic. Faith aligns with the promise, and the promise is coming. Picture this. The night before October 27th is not ordinary. It is consecrated in heaven's own calendar, a threshold long awaited. You will sense an unusual calm followed by uncontainable movement, like the air itself is charged with purpose. It may begin as a whisper, a stillness that presses against your chest, then a subtle warmth in your room. That warmth is not ordinary, it is a signal. The angels surrounding you led by Michael are now engaging fully, sweeping away the debris of delay, cutting off every plan of the enemy. Every worry, every fear, every heaviness you carried will now encounter divine acceleration. What seemed to stretch endlessly in time will collapse into miraculous fulfillment overnight. Your waiting ends in a burst of revelation. Child, understand this, Jesus does not visit without authority. When he steps into the night of your life, he carries restoration for every broken promise, for every silent prayer, for every moment you felt overlooked. And Archangel Michael does not simply stand guard, he ensures that no weapon, no word, no scheme can intercept what has been decreed. This is alignment sacred and unshakable. The visitation is not partial, it will not merely touch a corner of your life. It will penetrate the depths of your heart, illuminate your path, restore your joy, and crown your faith with visible evidence. This is the hour your soul has been reaching toward without even knowing it. Now feel the weight of what I say, nothing in your past can dispute this. Every mistake, every loss, every season of delay was building momentum for this exact hour. Imagine a bowstring pulled taut over years of discipline, of endurance, of unseen preparation. Heaven releases the arrow at the perfect moment, and that arrow is your breakthrough, your release, your visitation. October 27th is the release date, and no earthly hand can alter it. The forces that sought to hinder you are already being dismantled, their power neutralized, their intentions exposed. You will walk into the hour with peace, strength, and authority. Because God's own hand has paved the way. Beloved child, the inner shift begins the moment you read these words. Your spirit recognizes the visitation before your mind can comprehend it. The trembling you feel is not fear, it is activation. The heaviness is holy pressure compressing you for launch. You are stepping into a season where nothing will ever be the same. Doors that seemed closed forever will swing open. Connections that were invisible will become evident. Blessings that were scattered in fragments will converge into fullness. The air you breathe will carry opportunity, favor, and divine momentum. You are not dreaming, this is the unseen becoming visible, the promise breaking into reality. And there is more, your identity long concealed under disappointment and labels will be revealed. Jesus will remind you who you truly are, the name that heaven calls you by, the name of authority, of destiny, of purpose. You will walk differently, speak with a new confidence, and believe what heaven always believed about you. Chains that were around your self-perception, around your courage, around your hope, they will break under the weight of divine visitation. The old you will collapse, and the new you, the fully restored you will rise. People around you will notice, not because you try to show them, but because glory announces itself. Beloved, I tell you now, this is the crescendo of patience, prayer, and preparation. The waiting, the pain, the silence, all of it converges into one holy hour where heaven speaks and the earth shifts. The whispers of the enemy, the laughter of doubters, the sneers of those who rejected your faith, they will fade in the presence of a visitation no one can ignore. The glory that comes is not for show, it is proof. Proof that every tear, every sigh, every lonely night, every desperate prayer was accounted for and redeemed. You are standing at the doorway of your destiny, and the threshold will not close until you step through. Do you feel it, the vibration in your chest, the flutter in your stomach, the heat that rises without reason? This is heaven signaling that your visitation has begun. You are entering the chapter that was sealed for you before you were born. And as you move forward, know that what unfolds is permanent. Your testimony is being written, your season is shifting, and your name is being lifted higher than the schemes of men can push down. Heaven's clock is exact. October 27th is your hour. Open yourself, be awake, and step into what is waiting. The visitation is here. The time of waiting is over. Your season of delay is finished. The chains are falling, the doors are opening, and the light is coming to settle on every part of your life. This is the night when heaven bends low, when Archangel Michael steps forward in defense, and when Jesus himself releases the miracle your heart has been longing for. Beloved child, can you sense it already? The air around you is charged with expectation. There is a trembling in the spiritual realm that mirrors the quickening of your heartbeat. You are not imagining the pull you feel. It is the brush of heaven preparing to release what has been reserved for you. Every sigh you have carried, every night you felt alone, every whispered prayer in secret has been gathered by God Himself. Archangel Michael has been standing guard unseen, ensuring no interruption from darkness. And now the moment of unveiling approaches. Picture this, the stillness of night, your room silent, and yet the atmosphere thick with the presence of the divine. That calm that seems to press on your chest is not pressure from worry, it is holy weight, the herald of your visitation. When Jesus comes at night, He comes to reorder reality. What seemed lost will return. What seemed denied will open. What seemed broken will repair. And it will happen in ways that defy logic outside the rules of human time. You will look around and marvel, this was for me all along. Yes, beloved, it was always for you. The urgency you feel is not fear, it is alignment. Heaven is pressing you awake because the hour is fixed. October 27th is more than a date, it is a spiritual landmark etched into eternity. It is a pivot point in your story, a moment when divine timing and your readiness converge. You may have thought your life would remain in waiting forever, but the waiting was not aimless. Every closed door, every delayed opportunity, Every unexpected detour was part of the choreography preparing you for this divine encounter. That choreography has now reached its crescendo. Beloved, consider the power of a night visitation. It is not merely a blessing, it is transformation. You will rise from it not as you were, but as you were always meant to be. Old fears will dissolve, old regrets will be silenced, and even the echoes of betrayal will lose their power. When the light of Jesus floods your night, the invisible becomes visible. Secrets will be revealed, chains will snap, and clarity will descend. And as it does, the whispers of heaven will echo within you. Your time is over. The delay has ended. The wait is finished. Child of destiny, hear this: the enemies who tried to block your path will be forced to witness your elevation. It will not require confrontation from you, the evidence of heaven itself will stand as proof. Doors slammed in your face will swing open effortlessly. Opportunities you thought vanished forever will return in multiplied form. People who ignored, overlooked, or underestimated you will see a life transformed, and they will marvel at the unmistakable hand of God guiding you. Your vindication will not be loud, it will be undeniable. Even now the seed of your future is sprouting. Every word you read, every line you feel pressing on your spirit is watering that seed. You are walking into your promise line by line, paragraph by paragraph. You are being prepared to receive the full weight of this visitation. Archangel Michael's sword is not idle, it is poised to remove every obstruction. Jesus is not coming empty-handed, he brings your restoration, your healing, your breakthrough, your identity. You will not only receive what was delayed, you will awaken to who you truly are as heaven always knew you would be. Beloved child, do not let disbelief linger. The visitation is not symbolic, it is literal. The night will speak and you will hear it in ways that exceed your understanding. You may feel warmth in a room that is cold, hear whispers in a stillness, or awaken with a clarity that has evaded you for years. This is not imagination, this is the tangible hand of God intersecting your reality. Your life will pivot in this hour. The spiritual atmosphere around you is already shifting. You are being carried into the manifestation of what was always your inheritance. And remember this: every obstacle, every betrayal, every delayed blessing was not random. It was preparation. It was God orchestrating the unseen, lining up every piece so that when the visitation arrives, it would be unstoppable, undeniable, and unmistakable. You are standing at the threshold. The ground beneath you is shaking not because of chaos, but because heaven is realigning all things in your favor. When you step through, your life will become a testament to divine timing, divine protection, and divine love. Child of light, there is no exaggeration in this message. Your season of waiting is over. Your chains have been broken. The tears you thought were lost in the night have been gathered into bowls of remembrance, now tipping over in abundance. Your heart, mind, and spirit are being awakened to a revelation that will carry you into a future too great to have been imagined. Every doubt, every fear, every sense of inadequacy is being eclipsed by what is coming. You were hidden for a reason, preserved for a purpose, and the time of unveiling is now. Beloved, feel the weight of this. When the visitation comes, your life will be irreversibly transformed. What was delayed is arriving. What was broken is being restored. What was hidden is now manifesting. And in that hour, you will finally understand why you survived every trial, why you endured every silence, and why you were never abandoned. The invisible armies of heaven, led by Archangel Michael, have been fighting in your favor. The hand of Jesus has been guiding you. And now, the appointed hour has arrived to make all things new. Child, take a moment and breathe in this truth. Every line you read, every heartbeat you feel is a confirmation, you are ready. You have been prepared. You are chosen. And the visitation that is coming before October 27th, will leave you walking in a story that has already been written in eternal light. The old season is finished. The new is breaking forth. Your night of breakthrough is imminent. Beloved, can you feel it? The air itself seems charged, trembling with anticipation. That stirring in your chest, the racing of your heart, the tingling at the back of your neck, this is not coincidence. It is the prelude of glory. Every prayer you whispered in the silence, every tear you shed in secret, every longing you carried quietly is converging toward this hour. The visitation is not merely a moment, it is a portal. It is the rupture of the old and the unveiling of your new story. When the Spirit moves, time itself bows. Seconds will feel like eternity, and eternity will feel like seconds. What you have waited for your entire life, is leaning into this night, pressing to arrive. And oh my child, do not underestimate the magnitude of this visitation. This is not about comfort alone, it is about transformation. When Jesus steps into the room, the light he brings will touch not just your circumstances, but the very core of your soul. It will reveal the hidden truths, the divine assignments long buried beneath confusion and hurt. You will remember every moment you thought was wasted, and see that each was a seed planted by heaven. Every disappointment, every loss, every delay, all of them were scaffolding for the greatness that is now ready to stand tall through you. This is why your chest feels heavy, and your mind restless. Heaven is preparing you to hold what cannot be contained by ordinary hearts. Beloved, Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of this night, wings spread, sword ablaze, guarding every step, every breath, every beat of your heart. The enemy has tried to deceive, to stall, to silence you, but nothing can override the decree of heaven. Your time of waiting is over. The chains of doubt, fear, and limitation have reached their expiration. The locks that once seemed permanent are snapping under the fire of divine intervention. Can you sense it? That subtle vibration, that quiet pressure. That is Michael's hand moving to align everything in your favor. The unseen is converging with the seen, and your breakthrough is imminent. Do not hesitate now. This is why heaven is so insistent. This is why you cannot scroll past these words without feeling the weight of urgency pressing on your soul. When the night of October 27th arrives, it is a threshold you must walk through, awake, alert, and ready. Doors will fling wide, opportunities will materialize before you, and what you once thought lost forever will return multiplied beyond comprehension. The manifestation will not be gradual, it will be sudden, like lightning piercing the dark sky. Every prayer answered, every promise fulfilled will overwhelm your senses. And in that moment, you will understand the truth. heaven's timing was perfect, and nothing in your life happened by accident. Beloved child, this visitation carries not just blessings, but authority. When Jesus comes, He does more than heal, He positions you. You will walk with confidence, speak with clarity, and live with power because the anointing on your life will be unmistakable. Those who doubted you, those who mocked your faith, will witness undeniable evidence of God's favor. Not because you forced it, but because heaven ordained it. Your testimony will shine like a beacon for others, drawing them to the same faith that carried you through silent nights. And the chains that once bound your family, your lineage, your household, those chains will begin to break. The visitation ripples outward. Your breakthrough is the beginning of generational release of blessings multiplying beyond your comprehension. And oh, the joy that awaits. Imagine waking up after that night and realizing that all the heavy burdens you carried have been lifted. Every frustration, every despair, every sleepless hour transformed into fuel for your purpose. You will move differently, think differently, even breathe differently. The world will notice because something divine has touched you, reshaped you, released you. And you will walk in a peace so profound, so unshakable that no circumstance, no person, no adversary can disturb it. This is the power of a divine visitation. This is the authority of heaven breaking into your life. This is your appointed hour, the hour that has been marked since eternity. Beloved, let your heart take this in. October 27th is not a date to be overlooked or dismissed. It is a doorway. It is a culmination of everything heaven has been orchestrating for you. The invisible forces that have protected you, guided you, and prepared you are aligning now. The angels who whispered strength when you were weak, the spirit that nudged you to keep moving when hope seemed gone, the fire that burned silently within you all converge in this moment. You are not stepping into chance, you are stepping into destiny. And when the visitation comes, it will flood your life with clarity, restoration, abundance, and revelation. What was hidden will be revealed. What was delayed will arrive. What was lost will return multiplied. And you will finally understand why every moment of your past was necessary. Beloved child, now is the time to receive this fully. Let your spirit rise to meet it. Let every doubt fall away. Let every fear dissolve in the presence of what is coming. Your hands are being prepared to hold what heaven has been storing up. Your mind is being sharpened to recognize opportunities that align with your destiny. Your heart is being expanded to carry more than you ever imagined. This is why every sentence you read carries weight. This is why the message cannot be ignored. This is why the angels are waiting on the edges of your room, and Michael stands ready to clear the way for what belongs to you. Beloved, October 27th is not just a day, it is your appointed hour, your divine rendezvous, your moment of unstoppable breakthrough. Beloved child, understand this. The night of visitation will not be a quiet whisper of hope, it will be a roaring declaration over your life. The same Jesus who bore the weight of your pain, now comes to crown your endurance with glory. What you thought was lost forever will return, not scattered, not diminished, but multiplied beyond your imagination. The rooms of your heart that have felt empty for years will suddenly overflow. The silence that once screamed abandonment will transform into a chorus of answers. You are not just receiving a blessing, you are stepping into a life that was written for you before time began. Every tear, every sigh, every unanswered question has been recorded in heaven, and the repayment is not delayed, it is imminent. Do you feel it, that subtle trembling in your spirit? That is not uncertainty. That is the sound of eternity aligning itself for your breakthrough. The heaviness you've carried is shifting. The burdens you thought too heavy for your shoulders are being lifted even as you read. Archangel Michael has already cleared the path in realms you cannot see. Angels have prepared a corridor of light so that when Jesus steps in, there will be no interruption, no delay, no obstruction. This is the reason your heart races, the reason your mind senses expectation. The visitation is not distant, it is unfolding in real time around you. You are standing in the threshold even as your eyes move across these words. And yet, beloved, there is more. This visitation is not just about restoration, it is about identity. In that night, you will hear your true name, the one heaven whispers over you in secret. You will finally recognize who you were always meant to be. Every lie you believed about yourself will fall away. Every shame that tried to define you will dissolve under the light of His presence. You will walk out not only restored, but fully aligned with the person God created you to be. The chains that once bound your spirit are not just broken, they are destroyed. No enemy, no fear, no past failure can ever claim dominion over what heaven has declared yours. Consider the power of this. When Jesus visits at night, He does not come to rearrange ordinary things. He comes to overturn what the enemy thought permanent. He comes to bring the unexpected, the impossible, the miraculous. Doors that have been shut for years will swing wide. Relationships that seemed beyond repair will be renewed. Dreams that were buried under doubt and delay will rise like morning light. The season of stagnancy is ending. The season of acceleration is beginning. Your steps will suddenly find momentum, your prayers will suddenly find answers, your life will suddenly find favor. And it will feel effortless, though it is divinely orchestrated. Beloved child, do not underestimate the magnitude of what is coming. The very atmosphere around you is responding to what heaven has decreed. Those who are meant to align with your blessing will feel the pull even if they cannot explain it. Opportunities you never imagined will appear. Doors that were invisible will now be obvious. And you who endured the storms, who carried the weight of years alone, will rise to a platform reserved only for those who have persevered. Heaven does not give rewards for those who give up. It crowns those who endure, and you, beloved, have endured. Pause and let this sink in. The visitation is more than a moment, it is a turning point that will ripple through every area of your life. The same night that once brought sorrow will now bring revelation. The same hours that were silent will now speak with clarity. You will not just see blessings arrive, you will see destiny unfold. Your eyes will witness the tangible manifestation of promises long kept in heaven's vault. The weight of God's glory will settle on your life in such a way that even your enemies will stand and say, "Surely the hand of God is upon them." You are about to step into a season where your testimony will not be quiet, where the miracles you receive will demand acknowledgement, and where your life will reflect the invisible work that has been unfolding for years. Beloved child, the final word is this. Prepare your heart, open your soul fully, and receive without reservation. Do not let fear or doubt whisper you into hesitation. This is your appointed hour, a divine intersection where heaven touches earth specifically for you. The chains are gone. The doors are open. The glory is ready to descend. Walk boldly into it. Step fully into the narrative God has written. When October 27th arrives, you will not just witness a miracle, you will become one. Your life will carry the fragrance of heaven, your steps will echo divine purpose, and your soul will radiate the light that only those who have endured and remained faithful can hold.